Alright, Shalom, like say, call Law, Hawala, was all praise and glory in Hebrew, how about Shem, Try about Shem, Kwakadash, the one sponsor, it was great, Mr. Bless God, the elect, few sisters in Islam corner, so we can understand the truth. That's a quick lesson. You know how Trump is Nero, man, in the reincarnation, because it was Apostle Horn that coined it himself, alright, and brothers just really starting to see the similarities between these two individuals, man. All right, because I believe the same thing. And as you see from this, depiction of Trump and this artist depiction of Nero, and even right here with the statue that they have, they look similar, man. They look similar, and it's these ancient relics, these archaeological findings, which scripture tell you that the earth helped the woman, which involves the archaeological findings that were left behind from history. All right, and tell me this guy don't look just like that statue. Okay, looks just like that guy, man, just like him. And then from the artist depiction too. Okay, they look alike. Now I'm going into more detail of how the actions that they demonstrate are the same too. Okay. Okay, I typed in Google, says why are Trump and Nero the same? It says drawing parallels between historical figures and contemporary politicians can be a way to analyze and understand leadership styles and their impact. Some communicators have indeed compared former U.S. Trump to Roman Emperor Nero. Through these comparisons are met with debate. Here are arguments supporting the comparisons. Focus on self and power. Both figures are perceived by critics as exhibiting a propensity. I looked at this word propensity, right? It says propensity, an inclination of natural tendencies to behave in a particular way. So behaving in a particular way, right? What was that? Yeah, to focus on their personal greatness and authority, potentially neglecting the needs of their civilians. Do not do that. This guy is focused on himself and his empowerment. All right, and he neglected the U.S. Civilians right now by taking away their jobs. If they're homeless, you want your ass up off the streets. All right, and re-education camps and so-called to help you and all that. He said we are a merit-based country, so it's gonna be based on the skills. All right, and he took away that DEI, which diversity, equity, inclusion. All right, which I kind of agree with that. The DEI, because you don't choose nobody. You choose the better person that's best slated for the job based on their skills. All right, but he took away a lot of people that had jobs. All right. And I was mainly dealing with the nigga woman. All right. She was included a lot. She got a lot of jobs through this shit. Okay. This is love and showbiz. Both are. Both are said to have perceived politics as the form of entertainment or showbiz. Employment unconventional advisors. Both Nero and Trump are said to have relied on empowered advisors without traditional political and government backgrounds. So Elon Musk should automatically come to mind when you hear that, because he brought this guy Elon Musk, a guy that had never been a politician in his life and never ran to be a elector for a position within the government in that manner. Okay. Cult personality. Some draw parallels in the development of a cult personality. Both figures were personal charisma and image become central to their appeal. And this dude Trump does have charisma, man. I mean, anytime you see this guy on TV, is some shit about to go down, or you know what I'm saying, it's just entertainment seeing this guy, man. Anytime he's on the face of the television about to make a pronouncement, you like, damn, what is he gonna say next, or what is he gonna do next? Because Trump is very unpredictable, man. All right, when he say he does something, he do it. So people, when Trump's about to say something on TV, people they glue their eyes to the television, just listen to what he about to say because they know he ain't about to BS around. All right. However, these are strong counter arguments. Different circumstances and context. The Roman Empire and modern America are vastly different societies with distant political structures, cultural values, and social forms. Now, this is garbage right here, because if you study, all right, the Roman Empire and study America, they're very similar. Hell, the very architect of America is like that of Rome. It looks like Rome, Washington, D.C., for example. Okay? This is political structures. Nope. Same thing. You have the plebeians and patricians, okay, which is like the rich and poor. All right? And then you got the what do you call it? The fucking Democrats and Republicans. Okay? And the Democrats, they tend to be like basically the poor, right? Republicans be more of the well, I wouldn't say rich, but more of the people that make more money that are conservatives, because the conservatives believe in the whole capitalism thing where whatever money you make if you start a business, you need to keep all that financial gains to yourself, rather than having a system set up where the wealth is spread it, like the whole like those government subsidy programs, right, that people be talking about. Like he's cutting the food stamps. Like the Democrats tend to go, they're more liberal. They want more of, the government should take care of the people, and we all should have a slice of the pie. Whereas the Republicans are more as, if I make the pie, I'm keeping the pie to myself. If you want to think of it that way, man. Yeah, but no, we're in the America is no more middle class. It's the 1% and the 99. Is it cultural values? Oh shit, yeah, the same thing. America has the same cultural values. The Roman system. All right, they had all that pedophilia going on. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna just sum it up in one word. You can do whatever you want. The Romans believed in you can worship and do whatever you want as long as you pay tribute, tax money to the government. And in America, it's the same way. You can literally worship. That's why people want to come over here, man, because you can do whatever the fuck you want. If you had whatever degenerate mindset you have, you can come play it out here in America, right? Social norms, yep. It tends to go on with that same thing, cultural values. Nero's tyranny. Nero is depicted in history as a tyrant who committed acts like murdering his mother and persecuting Christians, which are not comparable to actions attributed to Trump. No, it's the same thing. What is Trump doing with the Latin tribes? An alligator Alcatraz. Okay, what is he doing with the with the American people? Like I say, if you're homeless, he's setting up executive orders to basically get you up off the streets. You can't be homeless, basically. All right, let's look up his executive orders to take homeless off the streets, which he say he's so-called helping them, but really he's not. He's cutting the social programs, the government subsidy programs, like I said, the food stamps, the Section 8. All right, health insurance, okay? He's making it harder for people that are impoverished or people who are that's doing lesser financially, All right, there's more restrictions on or requirements you gotta have just to have those things now. And Trump is the main. He's one of the presidents that's hard on people about it. Okay, throughout all the presidents. What I was reading. Oh yeah, this is Trump continued support base. While Nero ultimately lost widespread support and faced rebellion, Trump has demonstrated continued apparel among a significant segment of populace as evidenced by his election results. I mean, you do have some, very, very few now. It's just like it's getting lesser and lesser. Trump supporters. All Trump supporters that are turning on his ass, man, saying fuck him. So that's a lie right there. All right, this is fake news that AI is giving because things are changed now. Things are changed. This dude, people are flipping on him, same way they flipped on Nero. All right, his support, and people are rebelling against him. People want to leave the country just because of Trump. All right, because he's taking away their livelihood. In conclusion, while some commentators draw a comparison between Trump and Nero, highlighting similarities in leadership, vanity, and focus on speculate, these comparisons should be taken with caution. That was mainly it. So you can see the similarities between this guy, Nero and Trump. They're basically the same guy, man. He came back doing the exact same thing. All right. Damn, what the fuck? Oh yeah, here we go. So I typed in Nero burned down Rome. The legend that Nero started the fire that destroyed much of Rome in 64 AD, largely considered a myth, though it's persistent one. While Nero blamed for the fire, and most historians agree that he was away from Rome when it started, and the fire was likely accidentally fueled by the city's dense construction and dry conditions. Nero did, however, use the fire as an opportunity to rebuild Rome with grander structures and new building codes. Now, what's happening with America and Trump being in office? You got all these tsunamis and floods happening, and then there's talk, when these towns, or when there's rebuilding of these towns, is going to be smart cities. And Trump, during his when he announced, he said, yeah, all these the technocracy. He used terms like technocracy. He brought Elon Musk on board because he wants to have more AI in society and more, as far as robots and shit like that, integrated with men, being involved with men. All right. He wants more automation. He spoke against automation. He's for more automation, in the name of cutting costs, cutting budget cuts. Okay. So he's reshaping America, man. America, and he's taking away jobs, and he's having AI replace human beings. Okay. Because he has orders of the shadow government, which is the elite Rothschilds, all right, so-called Illuminati, which is Edomites on top. Wealthy ass Edomites on top that's calling the shots. That's really calling the shots. That are the real presidents. All right. So he's restructuring America in this digital beast system. Okay. So that's the same thing Nero did. He wanted to rebuild Rome, and Trump wants to rebuild America. Here's a more detailed look. The legend, the story of Nero playing the lyre, while Rome burned as a fabrication. The lyre was a common instrument at the time, not the fiddle that is usually associated with the legend, and Nero was actually in Antimum when the fire broke out. I had to fact check that on, I have to fact check that. Accidentally origins. Rome was a densely populated city with many wooden structures, making fire as a frequent occurrence, particularly during the hot, dry summer months. The fire likely started in a shop near the Circus Maximus, quickly spread. That's bullshit. Yeah, somebody start the fire, man. Same way with the crazy ass weather conditions. These weather conditions are accidents of Mother Nature, or things of Mother Nature. But you got people that live in these towns. They're residents of the towns, and they live there most of their life, and they say they ain't never seen no shit like that. So it's more, suspect shit going on. Nero's response. While not responsible for the fire, Nero did return Rome and help organize relief efforts, opening his gardens to the homeless and reducing the price of grain to help the poor. Yeah, every time you turn around, this dude Trump talking about he creating jobs and his economy, he's bringing down gas, he brought down eggs. He's out to help people. That's garbage, man. He had a different motive in his mind. Rebuilding Rome. Nero did use the opportunity to reshape Rome, implementing new buildings, codes, widening streets, and constructing new grain buildings, including his own palace and Domus Aurea. Right, and it is not Trump is taking the opportunity to reshape America. With all the executive orders he's passing to further. He said he got Agenda 2030. We reach Agenda 2030. It involves everything I just named, which is modernizing society. Okay, and you listen to him in the news. He just recently talked about the health care. He wants to get rid of have digital records of things rather than the manual paper, writing on the paper stuff. For a more convenient way. He introduced what's the shit called? Stable coin. Alright, which is a digital currency for international use and for a replacement of the dollar bill. And it has the value. Why does it have the exact value of a physical paper dollar bill? Because that's going to be the new dollar bill. The difference between this stable coin and Bitcoin, that's why it's called stable coin, because it never loses value. It has the same value every trip, unlike Bitcoin and other these cryptocurrencies, which have their value fluctuates in the market, whereas this Bitcoin, it stays the same. Which Richard Nixon, all right, President Richard Nixon, when he took the well, no, I'll say that's kind of different. Yeah, that's kind of different. I'm about to speak on the gold standard, but gold never loses value, so, and the dollar bill lost its value due to inflation, so it's garbage. What I was saying, yeah. So Trump is basically rebuilding America. So yeah, man. Blaming propaganda. The legend Nero as a arsonist likely stems from propaganda used by political enemies who accused him of wanting to destroy the old city to build a new one for his own glory. He also faced accusations of persecuting Christians, falsely blaming them for the fire. Yeah, so that's exactly what about to happen, man. Okay. Trump is the guy is going to bring in a new world order. He has 4 years to make this happen. He's not even in his first year yet, and look how much damage it has done to America, as far as changing things, and all this political turmoil he's gotten into with these other nations. All these other nations, through that starting with them terrorists and stuff, and other political policies he has done. These other nations, they hate this place, America, man. All right, Trump has made it hard for all those other heathen nations to conduct business. Okay, and when men start losing out on money, that is a huge problem. That's not nothing to take lightly. Okay, you fuck with somebody's livelihood, and he fucked up the American people. Man, the American people are doing bad, man. I mean, absolutely bad. Worse than any presidents in office than before, man. This guy he gonna go down as the worst president now. Cause at least with Biden and George Bush and all the rest of them dudes, you can have health care, you can have food stamps, you can have your jobs. Okay, very critical things that this guy Trump is taking away, that causes supports percentage to go down by people that are wearing hats that he created. The slogan "Make America Great Again." They burn them hats, man. Just like Nero, he lost his popularity. He blamed the Christians, so it's gonna come a point in time where the prophets, the men, many of the GMS, but all the other Hebrew Israelite camps out there, because they're doing shit that's going to provoke Esau coming down upon them, because men, GMS, Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelites category, we following the rules, man. Okay, we're not trying to do anything to incite this devil to fuck us up. All right, we just speaking the truth, and we ain't doing all extra gimmicks. So he gonna come down on us, man. This is what happened with Nero. It's gonna happen with Trump. I'm gonna say we gotta do something about these Hebrew Israelites because we spreading the truth. All right. Same way y'all shy with when the Jews, they said, listen, he doesn't, based on paraphrase, he does not agree with what term to use. I think it was an emperor is an enemy, something like that. It's like I'm butchering it, but yeah, man, all these things I just spoke about. This what makes this guy Nero, man. This is why we say Nero. All that's the similar characteristics and historical things. Yeah. So then I'm about to close it out. I'm gonna get these last scriptures and read this. It says, I typed in, why did Nero blame the Christians for the fire? Nero blamed Christians for the great fire of Rome to deflect blame from himself and call public arrest. The Christians were conventionally scapegoats, as they were already marginalized and unpopular religions, minority in Rome. And just from going from right there from what it said, that's how brothers, Hebrew Israelites were not liked it. Any wrong people, man, come against us. I say they come against us the most. They say we a hate group, all right? We're preaching hate. And we're the reason why people are fucked up, basically. People are fucked up, America's fucked up because the message that we're sending is not good. Okay? It's not get along type deal. It's not Rainbow Coalition mindset. And there was persecution of Christians, including gruesome executions aimed to solidify his image and control the narrative surrounding the fire. Yeah. He's gonna persecute the church with harsh. When he come down upon brothers, man, harshly. I'm gonna get the scriptures back that up. Here are some more detailed explanations. Public anger and Nero's reputation. The Great Fire Room caused widespread devastation and public anger, with some rumors circulating that Nero himself was responsible for starting the fire to clear land for his ambitious rebuilding plans. Yup, he's doing the same thing all over again. Nero is Trump in the reincarnation because he's doing the exact same thing. You come back kind of doing the same thing in your reincarnation. In your past life, if you was a great inventor, you come back being a great inventor. If you was like a real rich person of status in the ancient world, like a king or a prince, you kind of come back in the same way. Like I think this dude Kai Sanet, he was like a real great, royal prince in our nation, of nation Israel, in his past life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just cause the level he's on, just to give you an example, cause he's such an anomaly, man. All right, and got the wealth and stuff. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, scapegoating Christians. To divert attention from these rumors, quell the potential for violence, Nero needed a scapegoat. The Christians, already viewed with suspicion and disdain by many Romans, provided a ready, available target. Yep, and the American people, they hate the Hebrew Israelites. So we already got a target on our back by the people. So the government coming down upon us is going to be their justification of doing so. Titus account, the Roman historian Titus wrote that Nero fashioned the guilt and inflicted the most exquisite torments on a class hated for their abominations called Christians by populace. According to the Sky historic, this suggests that Nero used the fire to justify persecution to other Christians were already considered a threat to traditional Roman religion and social order. And that's exactly how they look at us, because we preach against all the LGBT community, we preach against, just the whole American system, how it's set up. It's wicked, the money scheme, the whole monetary system is a scheme. Keep people in debt, basically all our ways are contrary. It has an indifference with the American system because it's a wicked system, man. So, yeah, man. Not all religions would do. This religion is the most hated. Being a Hebrew Israelite is the most hated religion. Nobody ain't fucking with it, man. That's outside of the circle. Alright? Even our own people, man. It seems like our own people hate us the most shit. So yeah, here's some motivations. Nero's motivations. Some historians argue that Nero's actions were deliberately attempted to consolidate power and redefine Rome's image. By blaming Christians, he would further marginalize them and simultaneously push for a new, more modern Rome. I hope he's doing that right now. Alright, he's making his, Trump, he's going to keep his image up and have the focus of it. Being hated is going to be for Israelites. Okay. Keep his image of being a good guy and have, because he's always doing his media. Like anytime lines been shining on him for being a murderer, a thief, he always puts it back on Jake, man. Jake is the criminal. Jake is the thug. Same with the Cincinnati incident in Ohio, where the Edomite punched Jake in the face, and Jake responded by getting up on his ass. It was a response to the action that Esau did, but they calling Jake the thug and all that stuff like that, just because Jake was outnumbering Esau, and there was a woman involved, but that woman had no business being in men's business. She should have kept her ass on the sideline, and she was probably swinging on Jake too. But as an Edomite, he swung first, right? When you read here or check out the incident, brutality and persecution. Persecution of Christians under Nero was particularly brutal. Some were crucified and were thrown in wild animals in the arena, and were even burned alive as human torches to illuminate Nero's gardens. Yeah, so Esau gonna come the same thing, man. You got, like I said, all these concentration camps, which ain't nothing but torture camps, right? And when you can hear about Alcatraz, I think he said that the facility. Let me see. I'm just Yes, alligator Alcatraz is a real arbitrary conversational place. It's a nickname for temporary migrant detention centers in Florida Everglades. Uh, yeah, just reading about alligator Alcatraz. It says overcrowded confinement, poor sanitation hygiene, mosquitoes and infestation and health risks, subordinate food and limited provisions, lack of access to legal, medical, environmental concerns. Yeah, it's like, yes, Alcatraz refers to a controversial migrant detention facility located in Florida Everglades. It was built at a dated culinary training and transition airport, surrounded by the natural habitat of alligators. Hence the name. Facility championed by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is intended to house migrants arrested under the facility government's program. Well, anyway, it was a video of Trump saying it was surrounded by alligators and anacondas or some shit like that. Um, that place is definitely not built for comfort, man. So, and there's all types of rumors of, our people, how they've been treated in there, because mainly the tribes are in there. As far as detention centers, Trump has been detaining the Latin tribes, man. So it's mainly our people up in there. He ain't really been detaining these other heathen nations. What was that? I think that was it on that. That was it on that. So close out. Oh yeah, it was on Burning Rome. Rebuilding Rome. Nero did use the opportunity to reshape Rome. New buildings, new codes. Okay, yeah, he did that. Blame propaganda. The legend of Nero as the arsonist stems from propaganda. Oh yeah, I read all that. So yeah, man. So excuse to come after the Hebrew Israelites, man. Okay, so I'm going to end it on these two scriptures. This is Matthew 11 and 12. From the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violence taken by force. So, this is a people for as a place. All right. And first of all, a city cannot, buildings and grounds and, infrastructure of a city cannot feel pain. It cannot suffer violence. It cannot, doesn't have feelings and, it can't die, basically, is what I'm hitting at. It's the people it's talking about the Israelites. Because we are a kingdom. Yahushua said, look not here or there to the Pharisees. The kingdom of heaven is in you. Matthew 5 and 10 says, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and they shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecute they the prophets which were before you. Okay, so there's a great reward coming for catching this last round of hell. Alright, as far as if you're a Hebrew Israelite, and even ones or people that don't make it on the side, they still gonna get rewarded with the kingdom, man. Okay, so we gotta just catch this last L, man. Catch this last time of catching hell. And then after that, the Lord's gonna be on our side forever. He ain't gonna never put us in a fucked up position or under these nations. It's Acts 14:22 says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in faith, that we must do much tribulation and enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So yeah, man, the reason why, because the Lord is obviously, Scripture talk about the Lord being a balance. So here it is, the kingdom of heaven. The Lord, we know all the promises and the rewards that come with it, the kingdom. All right, because first of all, we're not gonna never die. We're gonna be in a God-like state. Lord promised eternal life. Being in rulership forever. All those great things about the kingdom that we know about, brothers, that's gonna be forever. It don't end after this, man. Once we on top forever. We're gonna be like angels on earth, literally, living in human bodies. So we're gonna be able to have the glory of the angels, how their bodies are set up, and we're gonna have the glory of a human being. Okay, how our bodies are set here on earth. All the pleasures of the flesh, and all the pleasures of being an angel, an immortal. So that's beautiful right there, man. It don't get no better than that. That's a retirement plan. So yeah, man. I'm on that, man. So yeah, man, this dude Nero. Yeah, man. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. This guy is he's that guy, man. He's that guy. This is Nero in the reincarnation. And guess what? Nero burned down Rome, and Trump is doing the same thing. He's burning down America. All right. And he's gonna literally cause literal fire to come upon this place through the other nations with their nuclear. Ain't this something? How this being set up? The Lord is something else, man. Fire was burning down Rome, and fire is about to burn down Rome again, which is America. So yeah, man, this is reincarnation at its finest. All right. Hope I was edifying. With that, we give all praise and glory to Yahweh. Bashem, Mashah, Del, my house, apostle, elder, Muslim, blessed, good, day, uses, is a furniture.